All right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this day platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Ahaya has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm just coming to talk. And so it's time to talk. And I will say that I canceled out the uh, the message that was said. I said that I would bring forth. I canceled it out. Uh, Being so, I've been listening to the Spirit deal with me on what is actually before me. Mhm. And I appreciate the Most High, a higher being there for me to always want me to understand all is well and that these things, Deborah, need be. And when he's saying that to me in a way that gets me to understand it's nothing you can do, say, give, have, you know, that's going to change the spirit of people in this day and time. And when it speaks of a higher spirit coming to live in you and abide in you, one thing I can tell you for sure, it says that it is a comforter, and it is truly a comforter. I mean, because you be in what, how would I say it? You be all your mindset be all over the place. And if it wasn't for him that's in you, that's greater and is the comforter, you be gone. You'll be in somebody's mental ward or straight jacket, because it is a lot that I can see. I can see on down the road. And it's when I say on down the road, what's going to happen later on. When it's not later on, but the things that's before us. And just to see that and behold that and see it, I can't see it in the natural. I can see it in the spirit realm. And if I see it in the spirit realm, it's feel uncomfortable. Just imagine what it feels like or what it's going to be in the natural realm, off the chain. So he was just dealing with me on quite a bit of things. And I don't think he wanted me to cancel out the video. I think it was more so me just saying, that's it. Why pour out food for people's spirit? And the Father is continually showing me. Wait, hold on, wait 1 minute. I got to put this dog up because. Uh, Hold on, baby. Okay, sorry about that. But that's why I did not come on live um at 7 p.m. Central. I kind of put it to the side and say, when if it be the Father's will, maybe he'll perk me back up to bring it forth. But it was pretty much my choice in the way I was feeling it. Um, it had fire in it, and it was going to burn, without a doubt. It was going to burn. So I just thank the Father, and I just pray that I'm not in trouble. Being so, He has dealt with me on this topic in which I was going to bring forth. But after, just feeling and hearing Him say that these things need be, and that how it's nothing that you can say and do, or give, or have, or anything that's going to change the spirit of people. And I thought that that was really sad. It wasn't going to change their actions and their ways, of the way they embrace things from that time on, or in the way that they see things in the spiritual realm as well as the natural in days to come. Because I believe that I've been on here 4 years, and I just can't discern a strong pull out of the page itself, being so, everybody has their own, I think, life as they sees it. One thing on the platform on live, and another way behind the curtain. So I believe that the Father is not just saying to me, that's exactly how it is. He's saying that is how it is. And he was just explaining to me these things need be, because people have, let me tell you what happened. Today, I kind of got emotional, because I got to thinking about Father. Evil has had its way on the earth for seems like millions of years. And he said unto me, like unto. I'm like saying, but when is its time cut short? At the very end or before the end? So I kind of felt really sad, because just seeing things from the standpoint of spirit and truth, and the way he has dealt with me throughout my life, and being taught from the wilderness, I see things, and I know that the things that I see is totally different than many, but yet I came before him saying, wait a minute, Father, today, wait a minute. This seemed like evil, wicked, been going on for millions of years. What is it that Satan had or deserved to have that many years with people on the earth doing wicked and evil at that level for thousands, millions of years? You see, what is it that he's entitled? Why was he entitled for such a long stretch, even to today, still not ending? You see, it's almost like he got a million of years, a million, even wondering about 1,000 years chained and going to be let loose and come back out. I'm like, in my mind, I'm saying, wait a minute. So I'm asking him to give me a little more fullness in class, so I could really, really feel this thing with assurance that Satan is not winning anything. To me, for that many years, I not look at it really like spiritual. I look at it at that many years, he didn't won. You know what I'm saying? But then you also have to think about what he said. He said, Satan has come down to what? to deceive the whole world. You see? So I guess being the whole world would have to be the beginning to the end, you know? Uh so I just decided not to do the video because I knew that, or I felt, let me not say I knew, but I felt that it's many things I've said while on this platform that um, I feel in my spirit that it is not benefiting, you see. So to step into that realm that had the fire, I just knew it would be a waste of time, and energy, because that's what I would have put into all the verses that I poured out and connected them together and decided, wait a minute. When he said that, I was like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me it's not? See, Ahaya knows all things. And when he come to me, letting me know something like that, it's like, Father Ahaya, I knew it kind of, I felt it kind of, but it's sad again. It's always sad with me when I'm dealing with the Father. I'm always talking about, and it's sad that it's like this, because there's nothing else I can do. Okay. So we're now on live, and we're just going to talk. If anybody have anything that they want to share with us today, anything, a testimony, or maybe have an answer to questions, or have a question to and would like to know the answer, or you just want to share some information. So much is going on. And another thing I found out, not that I didn't find this out, I come to understand, is that how powerful of information I have put out. And I'm now beginning to see others speaking on it in a different way, but yet we on one accord. That's deep to me. I'm like, wait a minute. This person is saying this. I'm saying what it's saying here. They're saying what they understand and what they're comprehending, but it's all lining up. And that's another powerful thing, because if it's lining up and it's three of us saying the same thing, but just in a different way, I said, there it is, Father. Just like you said, it's right there. It ain't that the light is not on. It's not that light has sprung up in the midst of darkness. It's just that very few shall find their end. And that's just that. So if anybody in the live chat, if you have anything to cover or anything to real Cinderella, I need your number. Yep, I need your number. Anybody have any questions, or anyone wants to talk about something that is actually taking place? It's just so much, and it's just like, to me, at the point of and my son asked me, what's wrong? I said, you get tired. You're just tired, just tired. And I don't know what it is. It's just like you drain from trying to do things and make positive moves and do the things which is righteous. Now, I don't grow tired from those things. It's just tired of feeling that you're in it alone. Let's put it like that. Even though I know the Father, oh no, I know I ain't in it alone in that way. But a lot of times you can speak on any mountain, and you can, those who he said, if it was so, it would fool the very elect. We are not food. Okay. Why? Because it's a way that he molded and shaped us, not to be taken by people, not to be fooled by their feelings, their emotions, what they're saying, what they're trying to do. You can't be fooled by that because it's something in us that a higher has placed in there to keep us from being fooled by that. You got a lot of people now denying everything. It's now we're gonna run up in, we're gonna run up on, and we have already denying a higher himself. And I'm talking about Hebrew Israelites, denying Yeshua HaMashiach, denying Paul, denying Torah, denying the Bible itself, denying everything that they once stood on very firm and tall to start this newfound religion or this new movement, Hebrew Israelite. And now they have turned backwards to go up against everything that they once put out. That's mind boggling because I think of all the multitude of people that has followed them. And that's with all of them. I see people with many followers, and the people are still spitting out lies and deceiving them by great numbers, but they're eating it up like this is the best that I have ever had in my life. And I'm like, look at that, So when I see that, I look at it as the great falling away and not the narrow gate, because there's no spirit and truth being spoken. And that's another thing. I guess that's something the Most High also gives to those, the understanding of spirit and truth. And that's why many of them that's teaching can't step in that realm. They can't find anything in them to really understand spirit and truth, meaning righteous. It means the tree of life or heading to the narrow gate, the light, this is what it means. And what they're teaching has no connection to none of that. So it's just amazing how people would rather believe a lie than the truth continually. And it's really sad because it's like that's the only thing that seems like maybe it bring comfort to them. Maybe it's something that okay. Someone has a question. Can anyone answer it? I don't even understand what it's saying. It ain't something that I could is heat earth. I don't even know what that's saying. But if you have an answer, if you understand it, anybody in the live chat, you can answer it. I can't because it's not making any sense. But yeah, he's doing something because, and it's an atmosphere. Mm-hmm. I picked up my son today from work, and he said, "Oh, mama, can you see? Mama, can you see? I can't see." I said, I know it, Raymond. I grabbed the shades out of the side thing in the car and put them on. He said, "But can you see?" I said, "Here, I can use my shades and I can see a little bit." That's how powerful the sun was. That's how powerful I'm telling you guys, it's not the same sun. It's the same sun, but it's not the same sun. And earlier today, like at 11, the individual that I was writing with said, "Well, wait a minute, Deborah, wait a minute." He said, "You got the heat on?" I said, "No." He said, "Wait a minute, is that the sun?" "Yes, it is. Yes, it is." And I said, when he said that, this happened twice today. Two different males spoke to me regarding the sun. And I was laughing inside, really. I was to see. I am not sitting around here and experiencing this by myself. You're just amazing. Because he's thinking I had the heat on in the car. He said, "That ain't the sun. Is this the sun?" I said, "I ain't got no heat." He said, "Wait a minute, is that the sun?" I said, "Yes, it is. Yes, it is." The reason why I know that's what he was talking about, because I've been crying about that. Not like really, but when I be talking, I always telling people the sun is not the same sun, but yet it is the same sun. It's doing something different, y'all. And see, these are the things he was saying. If it was so, it would fool the very elect, because the elect has something that only a higher himself has molded in them to not be fooled by the weather, by the people, by the anything on this earth, to not be fooled and taken by it. Know that the signs of time. Know that when his hand is on something, what he's doing. A higher soul, that's a blessing in itself, to be able to be in that state of mind, because he orchestrated you from the inside out. He molded and shaped you from the inside out to not be fooled about the things that are coming upon the earth, and that has. Because I've been like that since I was a little girl. I was always able to see things and know things and speak on things and say things about things, but I always spoke up and said things and made people think and wonder, well, where she come from? How does she know that? Always. So I think I give the praise and the honor to the Most High, higher, for allowing me to be just that. It's a difference, yes. But yes, it is something it's amazing, and see, things like that, I be wanting people to experience it, because it makes it feel like, hey, well, you're the only one. So that's why I was kind of laughing within myself when this morning we were on our way to the store. He said, "You got the heat on?" I said, "No, I don't have the heat on." He said, "Wait a minute, is that the sun?" It's hot. I said, "Yes, I can feel it," because I could feel it right here on me. So I knew what he was talking about. And then my son, when I picked him up at 6 p.m., he was hollering because he couldn't see. He thought I was going to hit a car, because it blinded us. The sun just blinded us totally, y'all. I'm serious, to where you couldn't see nothing. And I had to stop right where I was at, grab my sunglasses and put them on. He said, "Can you see now?" I see, I can't see. I see, I can see. I can see a little bit, because it was just that powerful. Things like that comes to kind of prepare you for the days to come, to take heed to what was already prophesied, to kind of bring you into the times that is before us, because he is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. That means that which was, that which is, and that which shall be. So when you get it to the point where he's walking you straight into what he's doing and how he's doing it, by letting you be able to recognize what is actually going on and taking place. And it's a heavy thing for me, because seeing the things that's like, say for instance, two individuals were talking on the same line. As you remember, I was telling y'all Deuteronomy 28 was saying, until they are destroyed. Okay, until they are destroyed. Deuteronomy 28 was saying that. Now, these two individuals were talking about it, but they weren't talking about those that are in this cursed situation being destroyed. They were talking about the mindset of the people, in dreams and visions. And one was talking about that's all that they could see. It's the mindset of people gone. They didn't know how to do this. And I said to myself, See, the difference was, a higher is showing me this on down what's taking place, because he already had it in the biblical, or it has a light been left on, so we can kind of see what is actually taking place in front of us. But what we did this number. Oh no, I can't see nothing. I want to hear somebody tell me. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're listening and not seeing, you see. But you have to have the both. You have to have the ear to hear and the eye to see, or else you are in pitch darkness. You can't see, nor can you hear. So it did feel a little good to hear somebody else say it. But what was kind of gave me a little laugh on that one was like the sun to hear them say it. And I'm sitting here saying, yep, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Then Deuteronomy 28 said it. Mm-hmm. No, nobody don't want to go there. And this is the most powerful thing to me, is to know that I have spoke on Deuteronomy 28 too many times for it not to be something that many should be touching base with. But because they now don't believe in the Bible, they don't believe in Yeshua HaMashiach, they don't believe in a higher at all. They're getting to the point where all of it's not true. None of it is not true. That's where they lead it. And that's where they're going to go, because that's going to make them feel better about what they're doing, how they're doing it, how they're conducting themselves, and how they live in their lives. Not their life, the life, in darkness. So it's darkness will never be questioned. And that's how it is today. No one questioned the chaos in the darkness, but everybody got a question to ask about somebody saying something in the light. Anytime people get to the point, let me tell y'all this here. This is what's going on. When people ask questions that has no relevance to spirit and truth of the matter, spirit and truth of the matter is so potent, you cannot mix it up with questions of nonsense. You get what I'm saying? If you do, it's because you are from the darkness and trying to rest in darkness and keep yourself confused. And you want others to be in the same confusion that you are resting in. But see, spirit and truth, it's coming to give you the truth of the matter. Because listen to what I'm saying. You see how I was saying a lot of them are turning away from Yeshua HaMashiach. They're turning away from the Torah. They're turning away from Paul. They're turning away from the new, what they call the New Testament, even though it's no New Testament or old, it is one, but they turn away from the New Testament. They definitely starting to not accept Yeshua HaMashiach. They're talking about denying a higher. And I'm like saying, wait a minute, what is this? This is all this stuff is going on. This is those who don't want to come nowhere near the light. They weren't near the light at all, but they're going to make sure they live a life where they're not even coming, what would I say, a mile near the light. They want to be far distance. Okay, but what happens when the Ruach comes? It said it would do what? Teach you all things. And what else? Reveal things to you. What else? Show you things to come. What else? Comfort you. You see? So if this spirit of the Most High is coming to do all this, wouldn't he be setting you up to know spirit and truth? He is the spirit and he is truth. You see? So if it's anything, anybody teaching, preaching, trying to lead people in, if it's not spirit and truth, guess what? You're heading in darkness. Totally away from the narrow gate. Totally away from light. Okay? Now, the reason why spirit and truth is so important in this day and time, because it's telling the truth of the matter. Say, for instance, no matter what goes on in your life, no matter what is taking place in the world, spirit and truth will come to you, comfort you, and let you know what it is to come, what is the start, what is the end, what is the finish, and what is surrounding, and what it's about. It brings all that to you. So you won't be stuck in a situation where you have to go to darkness to seek answers. Spirit and truth wants you to know the truth of the matter is the reason why they're going through this, the reason why this is happening, the reason why this is going to happen, the reason why this have happened, the reason why you're where you at, the reason why you ain't going nowhere, the reason why this, spirit and truth come to give it to you. It comes to give you the whole matter of it all. So what I feel sad for is the brothers who now are denying a lot of things, and they have every right to deny it. You know why? It's because without the Ruach HaKodesh teaching them spirit and truth, everything that comes in them has to die. See, spirit and truth is going to keep you living. It's life. It's life. It's energy. It's motivation. It's all kind of things in it. But see, what happened is they dying out. And a lot of you all probably ain't paid no attention to it. Yes, a lot of them are dying out. And what are they turning to? Darkness. And in that darkness, even they're going right back to the vomit in which they threw up. They're going right back to lick it up and take it in. They're going back and reteaching it totally the opposite of the way they have learned it and had thousands following them. You see? So it's just what is going on is the Ruach HaKodesh carries spirit and truth. And when it's in you, that's what he's going to do. He's going to teach you, lead you, guide you, show you the light and the way to go. Why? Because he is spirit and truth of the whole matter, from the beginning to the end and everything in between. You see? So when I say that they're not teaching spirit and truth, it's because when they're able to go into the biblical and teach what their flesh has been taught and what their flesh is willing to accept and what their flesh understand and what their flesh has a habit of doing is speaking without any spirit leading and guiding them. You see? So therefore, I understand why they're all over the place. Why they're turning away from what they once taught. Why they going here and why they going there. It's because they never had, y'all, spirit and truth from the beginning. See, they only were able to portray it and act the role, play the role. But now they can't do it anymore because it's starting to show up on them. That they didn't know what they taught a lot of people. They didn't really know anything. They just taught because the people desire someone to teach them and to give them the word out of the book, to precept them to death, to tell them to get on the horse called Torah, hold the commandments, hold the law, and all of this, and hold it, this and that. But they never came with any spirit and truth. You see? So when I look, even thinking about how he's going to, and how he is at this point, going to try by the fire. Oh, yes, we're going to be tried by the fire. Even Sister Deborah, she's going to be tried by the fire. Not that he think, or he might feel, I don't know what he's going to feel, that Sister Deborah is going to fail. But it's the ideal of we're going to be tried by the fire, meaning things are going to happen right before us. You see, in our household, in our family, in our community, in our neighborhood, in this state, in this country, to just see. It's just going to let us see, not him see. He already knows what's what. Let us see. We never had it right. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens once you get tried by the fire, you end up going where? To the dark side. You see why? Because now you've been tried by what you said you believe and what you feel and how you know him and how you want to live for him and how you want to think about him, how you want to repent to him and all these things. When that fire come try you, it's going to tell you who you are. It sure is. You're going to be way on the other side, to the left side. You ain't going to go to the right side, which is right. You're going to take off. And that's the fire that many are going to be tried by, because a lot of people haven't heard the trumpet being blown, don't understand how we're in the midnight hour. We're in the midst of judgment. No one cares about none of that. No one cares about his prophecy, what he has prophesied about in Revelation. Nobody cares about nothing. Once they say, this here is saying this in Revelation. Revelation said this, and Revelation said that. But guess what? Once they have heard it, they still go right back to their darkness. They could care less what Revelation is saying. You see, they could care less. That's why they won't take it and teach someone else and study it so they can go to someone and explain to others. They just keep it within themselves. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're getting information and holding it on to themselves because they don't, it's like they don't want to share anything. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to share anything. And that's just, to me, is you're saying that you got the ability and the gifts and you just hiding it, waiting for him to come. So see what I have? Just like he said, that one that had one, he didn't do anything with it. That's a known fact. That's the way I see it today. It is. People want to hear spirit and truth. People want to know this and know this and know this, but they don't want to do anything with it. You see, they just want to know it to say I know it. And it's pretty much everybody. A lot of people, I ain't gonna say everybody. A lot of people into themselves. You know, me, and mine, and that's it. A strange noise, really? Wow. Was this in your neighborhood or what? Oh yes, that sun is, it's something. Yep. And that's how it is. It's so bright and and it won't even let you it just steal your eyes. I'm serious. My son was just hollering, Mama, you late, because he was scared I was going to hit somebody, because he realized, wait a minute, I can't see, and if I ain't driving, Mama, can you see? 7 times brighter. That's exactly, you are so right. Because you know how the sun has a roundness to it? It ain't like that no more, you guys. It don't have it's just real bright where you can't even see the roundness. Okay. And you look up and all you see is a bright light, but it's no roundness shape to it. Oh man, it's something. Oh wow, really? Hmm. It's a strange thing, y'all. It really it's so strange to where Sister Deborah says it's the sun, but not the sun. I put it like that. So the best thing to do is to go into the prophecies or go into the closet and ask the Father, what is this? Is it something that is going on with the sun that I need to know or I need to speak on? I need to cover. It's very blinding, and he already know the situation. He already know. But I think it might be listed and prophesied about, but that's what someone else says. Someone else said that they have a fake sun, but I don't know how they could have a fake sun because that sun is so many miles away, to where they can go to the on Mars, but they can't go where the sun is at. They can't even go nowhere near the sun. That's just how hot it is. The control weather. Yes, it does. It seems you are so right. And that's another thing. I was thinking it would have to be getting closer because it's starting to beam. You starting to feel it on your body. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even that hot, y'all. But you can feel that sun heat on you. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. 2 months ago, when it was really hot, you know how everybody was talking about it was past 100 degrees? Guess what? My arms got burned. My skin was peeling. And I couldn't understand why. And then the spirit told me, Deborah, that's the sun. Skin burnt. Not like a burnt in the fire, but like a snake shed its skin all on my arms. Because see, my arms be outside the car. Or when I'm standing, that's my arms are out. And I'm like, wow, that, I didn't know what it was. I thought I had some type of disease or something. No, I didn't. But I was wondering why it was shedding like that. Beaming and you can feel it. Straight through your window. Wow. Yeah, and it's something. It's a different feel. It's the sun, but it's not the sun. That's the best way I can say I can call it. That's the best way I can call it. It's this one young guy. Uh, he was really booming. I never really listened to him, but I've heard him say some things that's kind of off the wall. And he's a young man who has a European mom and a uh, father, a Negro father, and he loves to say that he's a Christian and oh he's a Christian and he's always trying to get money to buy. He got money to buy this one church and to get something. He always get money somewhere from people. Um, a couple of times, I think someone sent him. One time they sent him 100,000, then they sent him another 100,000, and I be listening to him every say maybe once a week, just probably if 4 or 5 minutes of his videos, and he's so up boast and pride minded, and he has some things against his own people, his black people, his people on his dad's side, because he never seen his dad, but he wants to cater to the Christians, which are the Europeans. So I noticed that that's who catered to him, and I mean that's the one who always there on his page and in his church and all his likes. And I mean, I think he got more than 300,000, but he's a young man. But when I say young, he got to be like 45. But the thing about it is he has a thing against the Hebrew Israelites, because a lot of people who have things against the Hebrew Israelite is because they feel they cannot be added in. Okay. And he don't want to be added in if his mother is European and he never saw his dad. So he don't want to search his history and see who his dad is, because he has no good things to even feel regarding his dad. But the saddest thing is that this young man has catered to the the Gentiles, and they have been boasting him and uplifting him. But guess what? In the last day or two, he had some words with another European, matter of fact, a couple of Europeans. And like I said, his channel will never be the same, because they're going to show him that your daddy's son, you ain't ours. You see? So why you turn your face away from your people, who your daddy is, and you thinking that you can cater to these Gentiles. It can't be done, you guys. It can't be done. It can't be done. That father is who he is. His father's son. You can't escape that. But in him, he figured out, no, I don't have to deal with, Negroes in a sense. These people are my people, his mother's side. But he don't understand that before he leave out of here, he's going to have to accept the real side, which is who he is. He don't look like he mixed. He don't look, just because he's light skinned don't mean anything. That does not say that, you're a Gentile. And he believed that he's a Gentile. That's how he don't want to accept the other side. But now, since he had some words with a couple of Gentiles, his page ain't gonna be the same. Ain't gonna be the same, because it's gonna go back to showing you are nothing but what your daddy is. That's how they're gonna see him. That's how they're gonna see him, because he's having words with them. Once you have words with them, you broke into their code. They don't let you do that. They don't let you do that. So he gonna either has to go back and seek his roots and find out who his father is and find out what these Hebrew Israelites. But the only way he can do that, he has to be denied from the other side. he has to be denied from the other side so that he can understand it's not it, the other side build me up just to take me down. That's how they do. They only build you up just to make room to tear you down. The same one built them up. Guess what? Bam, they bring him down every time. Every time. Yep. But you are truly, we have a lot of mixed race. The fire in which I spoke about, that too shall measure the chaos that's going to be found in all of that. See, a lot of people thinking that, okay, well, nah, we together forever, we this, and this going to be like this going to be, no, you're going to have to choose sides. You're going to have to choose sides. And right now, it's best to choose sides while you're in your right mind. You don't know where you're going to be tomorrow. So if you're in your right mind, and when I say choose sides, you're going to have to be able to recognize who you are. You don't deny your mother and your father. No, that's not what Sister Deborah said. Learn who you are. Learn who you are, where you come from. Okay? Because you're saying that they trying to make me choose or trying to pick sides. No. The reality is this. The Bible speaks of you being your father's child. Okay? Now, if your father is a Gentile, then you're your father's child. And if your mother is a how would I say, a Negro woman, then she is your mother. But your father is your bloodline. Okay? He's the one that make you who you are as far as your flesh. When you learn of who he is and his nation, then you learn of your mother's nation, then you take the both and said, I'm going to serve a highest nation. You see? That's the choosing. You're not going to take one over the other one, but you're going to learn of both of them and choose a higher. You see? But to go on and make one better than the other and the other one better than the other, no, learn of them and see where a higher would take you from here. That's right. You accept both sides. That's right. But if your father is an Israelite, then you are an Israelite. But that don't mean you do away with your other side. No, that's not what that's saying. It's just saying learn of them both. Because what learning both of them give you some sort of insight of really what's going on, but choose a higher over the both of those. Yeah, always choose the most high. You know what? I try to explain to people, and I know they still don't get it. How is it that the Hebrew, I cannot even say that anymore. I cannot even think of it like that. I'm thinking, how can let me see, it was something you said. It's really messed up. Because the natives used to call him a higher, a higher, you know? So that's your roots. And if you don't go back to find out how they worship, then you might not know. You see, people tell you what they worship. You know, other nations will tell you they don't do this and they don't do this, and they don't have to do it the way you do it. Why? Because the Hebrew Israelites ain't done it right yet. They still ain't got it right. So who are they to tell somebody what somebody else don't have right? You get it? Does that make any sense? How you gonna tell somebody who ain't got it right and you ain't even got it right? So learn of them yourself, not the way the Hebrew Israelite says it is toward the native. Learn yourself, your history. Now, but just, you see how you say you just learned that it wasn't? Wait a minute, realize that last month that native side is not of Ahiah. Now listen to this. The native side is not of Ahiah, right? Now, when they first started this Hebrew Israelite movement, they were the number one outside of the Hebrew Israelites, outside of Judah. Then it was the native. So now it's just so much switching up. But when it all said and done, Ahiah got every number counted. You best bet he do. And I just thank him for that, having that already orchestrated before the foundation of the world, and then had a Lamb book of life, everything written. So man nor woman can't get down here and tell somebody who they are. You know, I love the idea that he predestined and ordained and foreknew everything before anything was created. And that's to keep man from trying to get the glory and trying to tell right and wrong and what's this and what's that. Because it was one time they said it was the tribe of Judah and a native side that was mainly. Now they said that it's not. I don't know what, but I know that in the closet, Ahiah gave me Ahiah. So that was the same name that Indians used to use. Ahiah. When they be so I can't listen to the brothers. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. You know what's hard? You know what? Why is people how hard it is? You know what's hard about it is that you have to choose Ahiah first. You see, and not choose the Hebrew Israelites and or the native side. Just choose Ahiah first. You say you was lied too? Oh, you came across that? And what was it saying? Let me see here. It's something connected to it. And you know what it is? We just missed it. That's what it is. We bypassing a lot of things. Remember, we was just talking about how the light has been on. See, the light has been on even through people who were singing. They left signs for us. We missed it. Michael Jackson left his death and told us they murdered him, and we still walk around here. Martin Luther King did too. Everybody and set signs who did it, and we walk around like, so what? Next. Okay, and in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 26, it says, moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold as the light of 7 days. Woo! in the day that Ahiah bindeth up the breach of his people and heal the stroke of their wounds. Wow. See that? Now, do you see what verse, where you at? Verse 27 is saying. You see what 27 is saying? That's what you got. I see it. That's really deep, ain't it? That's scary, ain't it? Didn't I tell you about the fire? What'd I tell you? He's coming with fire. He's come. That I'm telling you now exactly what this is saying. It's telling you the same thing. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 30, chapter 30, verse 26, 27, and 28. And I think you got 28. You can probably wrap down to 28. And that's why I was saying that a lot of times when the Father is telling me things, he's telling me things from his bosom. But he's not going to tell me things that he ain't left a light on in here with. You get what I'm saying? The light has been on. We just keep bypassing it because we don't think it really mount up to anything. But it's showing us steps into what is coming, okay, and what is before us. So that's really good, TJ. That's really good. That's it. I have not read it, but you see how you poured it out? That is how when he teaches me in the wilderness, he gives me things straight off, just telling me stuff, just talking to me in my spirit. When I get up in the morning, going to the bathroom, he be just talking to me, y'all. Just talking to me, just saying things. And he's not loud and hollering. He just saying things. I run the water. He said, did you know this? Deborah, did you know this? Deborah, this. And then next thing you know, he gone. I can go in there in the kitchen and get ready to make my coffee. He said, Deborah, did you know this? Did you know this? And I'm like, bam, he gone again. So he's forever dealing with me and communicating with me. And you too should seek him that same way that he can communicate with you. Because when like I said, a lot of people are I just pray that the strong delusion is not what is before the people today. Sister Deborah feel. I feel like, wait a minute, ain't nobody talking about these things. Ain't nobody speaking on these things. Ain't nobody standing on these things. What is going on? So I'm hoping that it's not the strong delusion that's out here that's causing people not to even consider anything that's spirit and truth. Not consider that, wait a minute, this is not true. You all are doing it the wrong way. You're thinking wrong. You're speaking wrong. You're teaching wrong. They don't see none of that. So I do know he talked about he's going to give them a strong delusion so they will believe a lie than the truth. He said that. But with me, it's very powerful to me because I'm like listening to the lie, knowing it's a lie. And I'm like, when is they going to tell the truth? And then he has to come to me and say, Deborah, these things need be. And I'm like, but still, they don't erase the pain that's in the flesh to know that this is where they at. You see? So he only can get me through this. Now they're saying they're from God. Okay. You said they do the total opposite. What was you saying about the opposite? Who do? Okay. Or you said the native does the total opposite. Okay, so you saying they say they're from Gad. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So that was the Father's will that you understand that Bible. That's really good. That's beautiful. Yeah, they said that DNA stuff is a setup. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm so tired of. I'm so. You know what? I sh- they said that, but I shouldn't say that, because you know what? Sister Deborah is so bent out of things that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Some things is just not even. They say you're not native. Why? Because, oh, okay, okay. See, you could have brought truth to them. Don't ever think that the light cannot come amongst your native people. See, Yah, he want us to be amongst others, to bring what? The light. He said the light that he put in us, it's a light that stand to be upon a hill that cannot be hidden. See, it's a way that you can, like I tell a lot of people, with me, I should be able to go into any church, any bar, any place. Why? Because truth is in me. Going into these places does not hinder or take away what is it's so rooted in me. Okay. So that's why he has been dealing with me since I was a little girl. He had shaped me with the clay. He had ordained me, predestined me, foreknew me. Um, he has called me with a holy calling. Okay. So therefore, it's in me no matter where I go. So it's just that when I go, I should let my conversation be about him when I enter, and my conversation be about him when I come out. Yep, I think he's showing us. Uh-huh. Yep, it sure do. Yes, it does. And that wasn't even one of the verses I used. Not that I know of. I don't even remember reading that verse. See, that's what I was explaining to y'all. When the Holy Spirit is in you, he is the true teacher. He speaks spirit and truth. Okay. And he said, what did he say? Be quick to listen and slow to speak. Why? Because you got to give him room to speak out of you. You see? Through you. Oh, wow. Okay. So they feel, but see, I'm gonna look into that. Going to look into that. Um, because they suffered just as we have suffered. Okay. Now, why would a creator allow them to go through or go through the things in which we have gone through? Hmm? For nothing, for them not to be his children. You got to think it. People need to wake up. You got to think. We always talk about the fake Jews over there having been through what we've been through. They took our identity and they haven't been through what we've gone through. But what do we say about the native? They went through everything we've gone through. Just think of that. Yeah. Yeah. But just being in the midst of them, you'd be surprised. You got some that's there that already know what you know, you see. And that's all it takes is one light to be in the midst, two lights, three. Out of that one think it's the only light, but it'd be other lights there because no one can overpower the light of the most high, higher. He said he got them all over, and you don't estimate that he don't have them amongst the tribe, the native tribe. No, no, he does. And like they said that my mother, father was a chief of an Indian, and she had them real high cheekbones. And everybody said I got high cheekbones. My mother have high cheekbones, but I got a lot of native uh, things in my in the store, and I tried to look at them, and guess what, you guys? Not one of them smiles. I looked at that and I said, wait a minute, but they look like me. They look like me. And I took my glasses off and I was like, wait a minute, they look like me. Because look at my mouth, y'all. Look, look. I'm trying not to smile. Okay. You see this going like this here? That's how all the native Indians, all of them, their mouth goes like this here, like sad, like they're sad. But that's the way they're that's how the Father created it. And I looked at all those statues and stuff I have. I said, wait a minute, they look like me. And realized, I said, okay, that's what they were saying about my mother's. A couple of her daughters had the high cheeks. I was one of them. And we don't smile. We look mean. And then I looked at all those statues and they look all mean. They don't look like they happy. They didn't. Why is it every one of them mouth is made just like mine? It goes like this here. So I'm like, they look like me. I can look at them and say, oh, they look so mean. Just like everybody say about me. You look so mean. I would have never thought you was that type of person. You the way you look, you don't smile, you don't, because look, my face is shaped unhappy, y'all. Look. So they looking for you to smile or to look a certain way. Don't look so mean, but you can't help if your lips are shaped to go unhappy. I ain't thinking about them people. Yeah, they sure did. Both of them went through it. But why? In the spiritual realm, it's no way they went through it and they are not. They are not. You know what? All this tribe stuff, it don't mean nothing to me. Did y'all know that? To Sister Deborah, none of it means anything to me. I've sat here and saw the tribe that I'm in and the tribes that's so-called the 12 tribes, ain't none of them claiming the Most High or higher. You see? Not one. So not even Judah. Judah's out here doing the worstest of the worst toward each other. But you see how messed up from the floor up it really is? It's a lot of confusion in that. But I tell any and everybody, seek ye the kingdom where a higher reside. His ways and not the ways of man. You shouldn't have gave them no impression that you chose a side, because when you finish the tribe of Judah, around about now, I wouldn't even want to be on that side of nobody that's on the tribe of Judah. I'm going to tell it like it is. As ugly as the tribe of Judah's acting and cutting up from the floor up, wait a minute. Just be on a higher side. You should never choose a side. Choose a higher side. Learn both tribes. Learn. It's just like my daughter. When she went to college, she came back home. Her first holiday, that when she was a freshman, she came home and she was in the kitchen. I was cooking, and she said, "Mama," and she just started crying. She said, "What?" I said, "What?" She said, "Mama, what they teach me in college is different from what you taught me all these years." She said, "They talk about the Great Bang or whatever." I said, "But Krista, don't be crying. It's a good thing, baby. Don't cry. You didn't learn from me. Learn all you need to know where you at. Because when it's all said and done, the Most High is going to work a work in you. You learn all that you can, but never take a side. No, the native, no. They're one of the tribes. They don't have to be whited out. They're one of the tribes. Jacob had 12. They don't have to be us Negroes. See, that's where the problem is. Yes, he's overall. Keep that in mind all the time. And when you put him there, and you put him on the highest pedestal, you put him on the highest mountain, and you stand on what he put in your spirit and what he teach you and what he leads you, because these Hebrew Israelites, they go in all kind of ways. They actually act like zombies. To me, they do. They all over the place now. I mean, they all over the place. I mean, they denied everything. I don't know if y'all know that or not. That's why they can't give y'all a good word. Because they denied everything. Everything they once said. Mm-hmm. But no, I wouldn't forsake. I would not forsake no traditions for the Hebrew Israelites. I wouldn't, y'all. I ain't gonna even say I started to say I'm sorry, but no, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry I'm saying that. I wouldn't forsake nothing for the understanding and the way these Hebrew Israelites talk, teach, and understand. And the way they conducting themselves, it's no way. It's no way. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's the way you keep choosing. And you can go amongst your other native tradition. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just because, see, this is like I just told you. If I was to go into a lounge, now I wouldn't be going in there to drink, but if I get a soda just to sit down and talk, now I won't do that, y'all. I haven't done that in probably 45 something, probably 45, we're about 45 years. But I'm just saying to you all, I will not say that I wouldn't go into any place. So I wouldn't, if my other side of my family is there, I wouldn't have no problem. You can keep both tradition, just don't let them interfere with who you serve. That's just all it is. Yeah, let him lead and guide you. That's right. That's it. That's it. You just nailed it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I still stay connected. I wouldn't give them no idea that, hey, I'm leaving you for them or I'm leaving them for you. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. And the Most High ain't gonna ask you to. That's right. Would you say you still confused? Not going to lie. Or what is it you're confused about? I know that's right. Praise him. Praise the Most High, a higher, a higher. You chose their side. Well, you know what? Like, I was just thinking about my niece, how she lost her father. And I think about how that's my oldest niece. She tells people that my mother's side is the good side and my daddy's side is the bad side. And what she's saying is the things that they do. You know, we we don't do the things that her dad's side does. So that's what she's talking about. They're about that strict out there. And the sad part is when you dealing with your dad's side and it's all the way out there in the world, and then your mother's side is nothing like that, then you should also be able to see which side must I follow. It ain't mean you have to be away from your dad or your family on your dad's side. That's not what it's meaning, because you can always be the light among them. You see? But when you go try to spin both sides and be trying to be both sides, in the streets, of the streets, about the streets, smoking, drinking, and all this other stuff, and then don't consider the fact that, okay, I'm going to stick with not even doing stuff like that. But some people feel that, hey, that's my side. I'm going to be like my other side. Yeah. Did anyone get a chance to listen to Tupac's song, Dear Mama? There you go. You feel like you're drinking milk. Wait a minute, drinking milk and never getting to solid food. Okay, got you. You see, I can explain to you why. You know why? You're drinking milk and never getting the solid food. Listen to what you just said. You choosing two beliefs, two religions, two understandings. So therefore, you got two ways in you. One is milk and one is getting no food, solid food. Because listen to what you're saying. The Christian way and the most high way. No, you can't do that. You can't go both ways. You got to be one or the other. You see? And then you say too much doctrine, but in my heart, but put in my head, I feel like I'm drinking milk and never getting to solid food. Yes, you about right. You ain't gonna ever get to it if you ride in two. You ride in the way of Christian ways and you ride in the most high ways. You'll never make it to where you're going. Oh, and see, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because from what I heard, he said I was in prison and you didn't visit me. He lets me know that he is in there. Hallelujah. That's where a lot of people do not understand. Ahia has his everywhere. And the places in which we lay up our treasures for heaven is when we follow the places in which he said we should visit him. That's deep, ain't it? Because he tell us, I was sick, you didn't visit me, meaning in the hospital. I was homeless, you didn't take me in. I was hungry, you didn't feed me. You see, I was in prison, you didn't visit me. You see, wait a minute, hold up. When was you in prison, Father, y'all? Yeshua was saying it though. Well, when were you in prison? You see, because people don't believe that those are the places in which Ahia want us to visit, because that's where he resides. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, I'm sorry. You say you was talking about the Most High. Oh, because there's a difference. Did you know there's a difference? And I know a lot of the churches are saying that, calling him daddy. There's a difference in the daddy and there's a difference in the father. You would never see any scriptures calling him daddy. And there's a big difference. The whole definition is totally different. Oh, because they're not preaching the truth. Okay. All righty. You just gonna bug me, huh? Well, that's what I'm here for, okay? That's what I'm here for. Oh, wow. One or the other. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's what it says. No grave image. That's what it says. You know, all you guys, I was thinking about a lot of people and how many people have lost their lives and has gone um, up out of here. And today, that's a part of what I was thinking of how it seemed as if Satan has had a long time on this earth doing the things which is evil and wicked. Because a lot of things, you guys, goes way back. I mean, like way, way back. And um, today I just was like kind of in my feelings because I was thinking, Father, what was and why was Satan entitled to so much time doing evil and wicked? How did he get to have so much time on earth, even to today, doing wicked and evil? How was what made him eligible, or what made him uh, entitled? What made him gain so much time? What was it about uh, Satan that he ended up with so much time on the earth doing wicked and evil, and people following him to do the wicked and evil? You know, um, it's been a long time, you guys. It's been a long, long time, a long, long time, and it's like it makes you wonder, even being tied up for another 1,000 years and let loose. And I'm like, what me? Didn't he have enough time? If a higher were to come today and cut him off, just think of still how much time he had doing all kind of wicked and evil. That's a long, long time. And that's a question I have to put before the most high, higher, because that came to me today out of nowhere. Why was he entitled to so much time on earth doing wicked and evil? I mean, to me, I look at that as really deep. I mean, what made him entitled to so much time, so much pain, so much heartache, so much suffering? so much endurance people went through and so much of everything. And he just, just given so much, I said millions of years to do all these things in which he has done, and still today, you know. Um, and I would love to know what could he have been, or why was he entitled to so many. And you watch, I'm gonna tell you all about it. He's gonna break that thing down. He's gonna break it down in me. You watch him. He's gonna give me that understanding of it, because it's something that I was thinking about today. Being so. Um, it's been a long time, a long time. So he's long suffering for people and gave Satan. But see, people only lived a certain length of time. And probably in the last 100 years, if they lived 70 to 80 years, not even that long. But Satan, you talking about thousands and thousands of years to do evil and wicked. See, and when I saw that as all he did was wicked and evil. Because right now I see people, I don't know if y'all, I might be talking to someone. There are people who can't sleep. I'm serious. Can't get a 7 hour sleep without going through pain. People are suffering pain. People are got all kind of mental illness. People are going through so much pain and suffering. And it's like Satan get to run around another 1,000 years like it ain't nothing. It's just really strange to me. I think of that. Oh, okay. You say you don't you this is what you said. You say you told me Satan can only be at one place at one time. I told you that. Any other time, it's our flesh. We are our worstest enemy. Okay? We are our worstest enemy. Don't forget, how do we become our worstest enemy? Because Satan was in the garden and Adam and Eve took on his conversation, and they liked it, what he was saying. So they really connected to him. And that is what brought on sin. So if Satan can be just only one place, one thing about Satan is this: there are many, many others that has detached themselves to him, doing a lot of his work. And there's many in the flesh that has detached themselves to him by great numbers, by great numbers. So he can be anywhere and they can be doing work for him. Okay. But we ourselves are our own worst enemy. We are our own worst enemy. Why? Because the way we think, the way we do things, the way we feel, and we our own worst enemy because we are flesh. Okay, we are flesh. That flesh is our worstest enemy. Who is it an enemy toward? Your spirit. Okay, So it's the enemy towards your spirit, because your spirit is willing to do the things that's right. But your flesh says, no, no, I want to control this. I want to rule this. I know this. So that's how he become your worstest enemy, because it is your worstest enemy towards your flesh. Okay. And it has a tendency of doing evil things. Your spirit is willing, but your flesh is weak. It wants to do the things that Satan and other demonic spirits does. So you are your worstest enemy. To your spirit, you're your worstest enemy. But your flesh is due to sin. We are all connected to sin through our flesh. That's what you call your flesh. And it seems like it's been forever. And I said 1,000, I said a million years, and I didn't hear a response from the Most High. I was like, oh, he gonna show me, because it is. It's a long time. Don't forget, you got to start it in the Garden of Eden. Yep, he has many of many kind. There's people living in their flesh serving him. Yep, doing everything he tell them. Why you think that they're putting all that stuff in your food, your water? A lot of us think we drinking water. That's why Sister Deborah bore her water. But they thinking everybody love that bottled water. They love water coming out their faucet. I don't know, but that grace and mercy will keep you, because the Father said you may drink poison and it shall not kill you or harm you. Oh, and you see all that stuff going on? That is so, that's why I was saying too, it's just so much going on. It is just off the chain. And it's almost like people, it becomes the norm. No one's talking about it. No one saying anything. So how are you going to see all these people being homeless, and you bring in other people from other countries, giving them everything? And see, people don't even say nothing about this. The people in this country don't say a word. In the whole country. How dare you bring others from other countries here, and we got homeless booming, but you giving them apartments, jobs, food, cards, clothing. You giving them everything, schooling, and then you're going to let the homeless sit out in the streets. You see, in this country, but yet you give it. It just shows you that this country is. Oh, I forgot to tell you all. Let me say this here. Oh, I'm gonna say this here. Everything is going according to the Father's orchard. The Father, in the way He orchestrates